And Nancy Follett, everyone. Our last award of the evening has recently been renamed for our Amazing Spirit of the Summit awardees, and aptly so tonight, the Bob and Nancy Follett Outstanding Philanthropist Award is given to recognize their legacy, and it represents something bigger than philanthropy itself. It represents generosity that touches every corner of Summit County. Tonight, we can think of no better couple to carry that torch forward than Barb and Todd Rankin. Woohoo! Their philanthropic journey grew from a love of this community, whether serving on boards, champion local causes, or simply opening their home and their hearts to everyone around them. Barb and Todd embody what it means to build community through kindness, intention, and inclusion. They are the next generation of philanthropy in Summit County, and we're honored to recognize them tonight, and here is their video.
Hi, I'm Brianne Snow with FERC.
Hi, I'm Chris Miller with Summit Youth Hockey.
Hi, I'm Dick Carlton. My name is Mark Greer. I work with the Breckenridge Outdoor Education Center, as well as an associate broker with Cornerstone Real Estate Rocky Mountains.
Hello, I'm Sonia Norris, the Executive Director of the Breckenridge Outdoor Education Center. We are very proud to be among the nominators for Barb and Todd Rankin for the Philanthropist of the Year Award.
When I think of philanthropy, I think of work, wealth, and wisdom. These two give them all and give so generously.
They do so much to advocate for our community and the members that live here.
Todd and Barb started a program called Skates Giving, which is a huge fundraiser for our program. It's funded our Free Mites program over the past 7 to 8 years, and it lets first-year players try hockey with free registration and free gear, and it's basically doubled our program in size. And without their support, we wouldn't be able to be where we are today.
Just this year, Todd started the farmers market that existed right here in this parking lot, and not only did he do that, but he made sure that he also took the remainder of that food and got it out to the food markets at FERC to give to residents that otherwise couldn't afford it.
Whether they be mentors in a professional setting or just good community members, they exemplify philanthropy and that they are always trying to promote the welfare of others.
Barb has been a part of the BOEC family for over a decade. They contribute not only financially to the support of the BOEC, they support our staff by taking entire staff members to Avalanche games, hosting our interns for home-cooked meals at their home, and they have supported BOEC's overall goal of expanding access to adaptive sports and outdoor recreation in this community.
Barb and Todd are intentionally philanthropic. Everything they get involved with, they lead, they volunteer, and they support financially. They're part of the fabric of our community that makes Summit County so wonderful.
They both are so incredibly generous. They identify needs and issues in our community, and they don't just throw money at it, they throw their work at it, and they embrace solutions.
Barb and Todd, thank you for all you do. You're wonderful. We appreciate everything you do. Keep up the good work.
Congratulations, Barb and Todd.
Todd and Barb, congratulations on this accomplishment. This is amazing. I can't wait for that next Flyers-Avs game where I can wear my orange and annoy you in the seats.
Congratulations, Todd and Barb. I'm so proud of you. I'm so honored to be your friend. Thank you.
Congratulations, Todd and Barb. I couldn't think of two people more deserving of the title.
Congratulations, Barb and Todd. We are so proud of you. You are both so deserving of this recognition and this award.
Barb and Todd Rankin, come on down.
Wow. First of all, on behalf of both of us, thank you to the Summit Foundation. Thank you to Sonia and Brianne and Chris and everyone who nominated us and everyone who participated in that video. Thank you to all the family and friends that are here tonight. There are just so many people in this room that we love. It's amazing. This is a really special night for us, not because we ever hoped that something like this would happen, but when we learned that we got chosen for this award, we were talking about it and we were like, how could there possibly be anything better than winning an award for helping your community? And especially to be able to have that honor of the Bob and Nancy Follett Award to follow in their footsteps and to win it together. It just really doesn't get any better than that, so thank you. We've been married a long time. And I'm thankful every day that our paths cross. And for the entire time that we've been married, we've talked about making sure that we are helping other people. And not long after we moved here, I was reading an article, and it referred to this woman as a philanthropist, and I had no idea what that word meant. So I looked it up. And I don't remember exactly what it said, but I remember just being like, wow, that is so cool. I hope I get to be a philanthropist someday. And so when Jack Wolf invited us to this very event in 2012, we were like, heck yeah, we want to learn more about what that's all about. And so sitting here in this event then and every time we could possibly come since then, we're just blown away and so inspired and amazed by all the people doing amazing things in our community. And congratulations to all the other award winners. I always love hearing everybody's speech. We left that event 13 years ago and we were like, whoa, we need to be doing more. So we did, and here we are, and I guess we're philanthropists now. So the root of that word is actually from the Greek language, made of phil, which is love, and anthropos, which is mankind. And when I'm looking up the definitions now, there's a lot of definitions I could choose from, especially when you start asking ChatGPT. But the one that I like the best today is the inclusive one. It says, a philanthropist can be anyone who gives their time, skills, compassion, or financial resources to help others, regardless of wealth. You don't have to win an award. You don't have to give a lot of money to be a philanthropist. Any amount of time, talent, treasure, compassion, love, generosity, anything can make you a philanthropist. So for me, the joy of giving back is not really getting this recognition. Honestly, it's seeing the mites at their first practice. They're so stinking cute. And seeing the magic that happens at the BOAC with the participants. And going to the farmers market and seeing our community come together, and then having the farmers say like, oh my gosh, we go to all these farmers markets and this is the coolest place. You guys are all here to like hang out, and it feels like a community. And so while I thank you all for the love and appreciation that we're getting tonight, I want to dedicate this award to all of you who are actually making those things happen. The staff and the volunteers at the BOAC, all the coaches at Summit Youth Hockey, all the staff and the volunteers at the FERC, all the teachers, everyone. There's so many of you in this room and throughout the community that are doing that. There would take another 3 hours to mention everyone. But the joy for me is to support you guys and make sure that you can do your job. You guys are the ones that are doing the hard work day in and day out to make sure that everyone in this community is safe and housed and fed and healthy and coached and taught and supported in the way that they need. And so thank you for everything you do. I know that if I can do anything to help you, then I can call myself a philanthropist. And it's my hope that everyone leaves here tonight with the goal of calling yourselves the philanthropists from here on out.
First off, I want to thank Zachary for making sure that I now round up my checkout every time I go to the store. And I'm going to get a good smile and chuckle every time I do it. So thank you, Zachary. Nice to meet you. Good evening, everyone. This is one of my favorite nights of the year. It's a treat to be around so many people that are passionate about giving back in this amazing community. I particularly want to highlight all the amazing nonprofit staff in our community. Thank you for dedicating your careers. Some of you have been at it for 30 plus years to helping others. I also hope to share a little bit about my passion for community, connecting people, and the concept of beginning and showing up. I also want to highlight that Barb and I are celebrating our 25 wedding anniversary on Saturday. Let's go. Nice work, B. One of my favorite lines from our marriage is, the only regrets you have in life are the risks you don't take. B, thank you for never being afraid to take action or beginning anew. Thank you for letting me take most of our IRA in 2005 and start a fledgling travel company that failed. Thank you for embracing the concept of failure as an opportunity to grow and knowing it will work or it won't, and both are great. Your confidence in me began back in 2005 has stayed with me every day. Who knew that a failed travel company would give us the knowledge and confidence to start a real estate company or a hockey nonprofit or two? If I can share one thing with you all tonight, it is this: believe in someone else taking action. Help them start to take action. Believe in yourself and just begin. You will learn skills, meet people, and it will take you places you never imagined, like this podium. At the root of it, philanthropy is quite simple. It's the voluntary act of promoting the well-being of others. Let that sink in. It's the voluntary act of promoting the well-being of others. Is there much better than that in life? Not to me. I've lived on 3 continents, 6 states, and over 20 homes in my life. And I've actually been in the county 20 years, so it was a lot of spots early on. Living such a nomadic lifestyle, I've yearned to be rooted and of a place and a community and to feel connected. Philanthropy for me is a hard word to say. And what gets me excited is building community, connecting humans, and generating funding for people who do. Barb and I took a year and traveled in 2005. As part of that travel, we ended up in a few remote villages in Morocco. These little towns didn't have a convenience store. When we got into town, we'd go to the bread oven to get food. And since they don't have ovens in their own homes, they would bring their dough, so the community members would bring their dough to get it baked. Everyone in the town would gather there. You could hear the chatter and the energy before you could even see the oven. It was a magical place. They were a part of the place. They were all connected. Part of my philanthropy journey has been attempting to recreate how I felt that day. The hockey rink is an amazing ecosystem. Initially, I was inspired to invest my energy in the hockey program because it was all about getting kids growing, learning about failure, effort, and teamwork. If you look a little closer, it's not only about the kids. What I've realized is that it's much more than that. It's about families connecting and coaches having a place multiple times a week where they can give back and help others grow. I'm thrilled to continue to support Chris Miller and his team at Summit Youth Hockey and the wonderful ecosystem he has built. When you walk in the rink, it reminds me of the bread oven in Morocco. 7 years later, after starting Skates Giving, and because of the generosity of many in this room, in fact, we have raised over $300,000 for Summit Youth Hockey and other programs in the state. Skates Giving will be held in 6 mountain towns this year. None of that happens without the words of encouragement at the beginning and the kindness of people like Dick Carlton, Anna Dudick, and Brady McMillan. Anna encouraged me to turn a little skate into a fundraiser. Dick was the first to say, "I'll get you a check." Brady and the team at First Bank weren't far behind. They gave me the confidence to begin and to take action and not to be afraid to fail. Without those 3, the event doesn't get off the ground. 3 simple acts had a tremendous ripple effect. The event doesn't have success if people don't show up year after year to help and support it. Right behind them was Echo from the Butterhorn showing up with a car full of pies to sell. This year, he's bringing 400. Year after year, folks like Shane Lacey, the Carlsons, the Letsons, the Coxes show up to volunteer and help sponsor. Andrea Rosenthal is always ready with a, "How can I help?" Who knew that a little encouragement and a few folks showing up, who knew what that could produce? That, to me, is the most important work. Can you help someone begin? Can you make them not afraid to start? Can you show up for them? The magic is in taking action and helping someone else take action and just showing up. So as you leave tonight, I ask you, what gets you excited? What gets you fired up? I hope you see yourself as a philanthropist. It's important to the success and vibrancy of our community. Can you give encouragement, volunteer, or cut checks? People in the community need help. Who are you going to show up for? And who can you help begin? Thank you.
Barb Barb and Todd Rankin, everybody.